Oh, shit. Shit.
Look at me.
Well, we tried to start it, and I can't even
Bloopers aren't until next July. We got plenty of time.
We're gonna look.
Shit.
I got to get that sneeze off there.
I
forgot about that.
October spelled wrong too.
No, I don't. Now shut the fuck up. Do you like that? Why do you say that's spelled wrong? It's not even a real fucking word. It's like you doing Tournament of Junk. Every time you put it out this coming tournament, I'm going to say, it's spelled wrong. It's spelled wrong.
Junk is spelled wrong, yeah.
But yeah, how you like that? That's the logo. It
I
came
do
out
like
really
that.
good.
That's the Chris Statlander, the hand symbols and shit that she does when she comes
really?
out.
It has, you got Chris Statlander out of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, it's the Kiss Gene
Devil
Simmons
horns. It's the devil horns, baby. Satan.
Yeah.
I'll keep this on here. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here's Brian and Lance.
We're live from 304 Studios in Jonesboro, Arkansas. This is an STSpod.club production. I'm BT, and that guy over there, I know he's happy because at least the Bears won a game.
Right here.
That's Lance. Lance, let me just say something. You used one of the worst jokes ever in September. That's why I said, what the fuck? On September the 27th, you did some kind of joke about broth and stock. Oh, God, you were really off that day. That was all right. So I'm going to try. Here's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm going to try to tell a really bad joke also. So that was really horribly bad. So I want mine to be, well, it could be worse than yours. So here we go.
Yeah.
I just tried to get high on laxatives and laughing gas just for the shits and giggles.
That was actually okay.
We would like to thank Al Snow on Twitter or X for that one. That guy right over there, he's from Chicago, famous for the Windy City. I want you to know, did you know you're also known as the Second City?
Yep.
You're also known as the City of Big Shoulders?
Yep.
The city that works?
Yep.
And as well as, you got to talk about this one someday on Patreon, the White City.
Ooh.
Really? Oh, yeah. He's the Snark of Excellence, my partner in crime, your friend and mine, well, most of the time, Lance Levine. How the hell are you, Lance?
We do not talk about the White City. I don't know where that came from. I'm not embracing that, but all those other ones are true. Second City for sure. Second City Saints, CM Punk. Windy City, of course, which is not based on the wind. It's about the politics and the windy, blowhard politicians. So little trivia fact there. But I am in the Yellowstone Caramel Oatmeal Coffee Studios here in Chicago.
How was it?
I haven't even opened it yet. So I will give a report really when I do. I got to, I'm cleaning out the coffee that's already open. That'll be open next. So coming soon. So, but caramel oatmeal coffee, man, that sounds good.
It just sounds good. Yeah, anything with caramel in it's good. So,
but Chicago deep dish pizza, baby, come on, hot dogs, cheesecake. That's what
Windy
we're known
City,
for.
Baby, Windy City.
We're known for that one Chicago Bears football team win. That's what we're known for right now. That's right.
Talk to us about what are you doing? I want a Rocktober. Tell us, Lance.
That's right. We are doing, it is a month devoted to hair bands. We are doing hair bands for the whole month of October, where we coined it Rocktober. I think you came up with that one, so you trademarked that. So on the record store,
sure.
each week this month on the record store, we're covering hair bands. So it's fun. It's been a lot of fun. And then, of course, we're going to do that Cool Kids Countdown at the end of the month.
It starts Monday, Rocktober does, and I'm doing something totally different this year. We have a music podcast on Monday, And on Thursday is a wrestling podcast. I got a bunch of stuff recorded, and we're going to put it out. So you get 3 episodes a week in October.
Baby.
Woo, woo, woo. You get Rolling Into Memphis. You get Record Store on Monday. And on Thursday, you'll get Shooting a Shiznit, or was it really that good, great, whatever the name of that one is. But yes, I'm excited about this. And I want to tell everybody, if you haven't joined Patreon, this is the month to do it. This month, November, we give away this huge package. You know about huge packages, don't you, Lance? We give away a huge package, and it's going to include I Want to Rocktober shirt. That's right, a T-shirt. And Lance and I will do our top 10. It's a Cool Kids Countdown. Lance always does the funny numbers and gets us all set up. But the #1 album, we're going to send you a CD or an album of that. It will be mailed to you from stspod.club. So who wins that big package, man, that's join. If you join this month or any month up to December, you'll get 2 chances to win. I want to put over, and you're going to laugh when I tell you this, there's a big show at the Rice Festival in Wiener, Arkansas. That's right, in Wiener, Arkansas. It's Sleazy, Big Phil, Brother Bruce, and Downtown Bruno. And that's Saturday afternoon, the Rice Festival in Wiener, Arkansas. And let's real quick business. I always tell the increases, but I just can't do it. Let me just say, everybody listen to this. We talked about it a little bit on Patreon. I'm going to probably announce it. I've went back and forth where I was going to announce it on all the social media. But if you're listening to this episode, Lance and I crossed 1 million plays for the year of 2023. Sometime in this month, we have just crazy video views on Memphis Wrestling. I don't even know what to say, but I thought YouTube, iTunes was the funniest. So it had the percentage that we were up, and it was like 3,023%. I was like, oh, fuck, what the hell's going on? And I shout out to Richard. I even called Richard, and I texted him, and we talked on the phone. I said, I think something's wrong. And he was like, no, mine's up a little bit. Then he told me his numbers. So sorry about that, Richard. I'm not going to tell your numbers. But if we will not continue this rate, there's no way. I wish we would, but currently right now, when it comes to just plays, we're like in the top 30% of podcasts. I thought that was pretty neat. But this month, the total number, if it happened every month, we would be in the top 3% of all podcasts. So we had the Record Store with Def Leppard. Episode 754 was number 3. Number 2 was it really that good? Great. Good. What is it? Good.
Was it really that
good? Yeah. That's Gene and I. We talked about the Fabs. That was 755. And episode number 1 of September was the WTF for August, episode 752. Now I'm on a quick clearing my throat. I want to thank everybody for what happened with us. Lance and I are just kind of speechless. I sent him the numbers, and he was just like, awesome. And you don't even know what to say. Yeah. We appreciate it, guys. We really do.
Definitely.
Especially
Thank
with
you.
all the podcasts, #1, and with all the wrestling podcasts out there, it's fun to know that y'all enjoy everything that we're doing. So appreciate it. Lance, tell everybody what we're doing.
This is the WTF News Desk, of course, for September of 2023. We're in Rocktober now, which is an even month.
Baby.
If I'm not mistaken, Rocktober's an even month, but then September's an odd month, if I'm doing my math correct.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. You're right. You're my month.
There we go. So it's the WTF News Desk. So we cover all the bizarre stories of the professional wrestling and MMA world right here. There it is. I Want to Rocktober.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. We're getting right into it. So, all
right. It's ready. Yeah.
We are. Yeah, you got a still photo there. So at number 10, we always cover the weirdest stip match. So this time we actually have something that got news coverage around the world. So this is crazy. It was DDT's Shinkansen Pro Wrestling card on 9/18. It was September 18th. 75 fans, as you can see there, 75 fans were on the 371 train from Tokyo Station. And we had Minoru Suzuki defeating Sanshiro Takagi. And if you're
I
watching
love
on
this.
YouTube, you can see this. So, yep. So we've got they're fighting literally on a train car, on a bullet train car. The Falls Count Anywhere was the match. So it got media play, like I said, worldwide. They showed some of it on TMZ. They showed it all over the place. So this was our number 10 match that we always do, the weird stuff that we find mostly in Japan, but elsewhere too. So this time it got coverage all over the place.
And we got video. So
yeah,
if you're not watching YouTube, you're missing out because we have a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but we do have some video stuff this
clips
time.
from the match.
Look, here we go. He's going to hit it.
The Gotch pile driver right between the fans in the aisle. There it is.
If you're not watching, you're missing out. It is that we do DDT every month, and then this gets so much.
This actually got play worldwide. It got coverage. So Takagi boarded the train first, but there was no Suzuki. So what does Takagi do? He goes to the bathroom and takes a piss. So Suzuki boards at the second stop, and then they start brawling in the aisle, as you saw on the clip that we showed. So both sides, there's fans on both sides. Takeshi Masada boards at the next station, and then it's a 2-on-1 on Suzuki. But then Hikaru, as Dasha would say, Hikaru Sato boards, and then it becomes even sides. So our good buddy Don Shako Dino boards later on with an apron on serving ice cream. So they take a pause during the ice cream. The whole thing goes like 35 minutes. So there's all kinds of smoke and mirrors going on because they're on the train car. So Jun Akayama boards, and now it's back to 3-on-2 again against Suzuki. So the match paused. A conductor gets on. He's checking tickets, for Christ's sake. Turns out to be
we saw that in the clip too. He was checking.
So Kenta Kobashi was the conductor, and he attacked Suzuki as well. So at the 35-minute mark of all this mayhem, Suzuki finally wins with the Gotch pile driver that you saw. Takagi, though, after the match, he says he's not done with Suzuki. He's going to fight him in outer space. He'll fight him on the moon. He'll fight him on a desert island. So they're going to continue this. So we will have more matches on number 10.
Let me tell you something. Let me give you some news. The moon and outer space are the same thing.
It might be the same thing. Yeah, he did specify two different things there. He said the moon or outer space. So maybe he means Venus or Mars. Who knows?
I was so excited about being able to show the clip of something we talk about all the time. It's everywhere, so we was able to show it. All right, number 9. Let's hold on before we do number 9. You know what? I've tried my best to do soundboard stuff. So, you know, we have a soundboard. So, right before we say number 9, listen.
Insider. That's an insider.
Oh, if you know what we're talking about, you'll enjoy that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
There you go.
Do it. I think you should do it before every number. So, all right, at number 9, we have a Joey Ryan update. We haven't had Joey Ryan news in a while.
I appreciate that.
InsideTheMagic.com reports that Joey Ryan is now working at Universal Studios in Hollywood. He works on the Terror Tram Exterminators show. Of course, you know, he was fired. We covered this. He was fired by Disneyland when they discovered the charges of the 17 women that were against him. But Universal gave him a background check, and he was clean because, for one, there were no convictions. For two, he applied and got hired as Joey Meehan, which is his real name.
Wouldn't he? Why
Joey
wouldn't
Meehan.
They made a big deal about that. It's because it's his shoot name. That's the reason he applied for
name. I know you hate when I reveal the shoot name, but in this case, it's part of the story. You know, he got hired by Universal because he was Joey Meehan. So I did a little bit of research. Most of the cases were dropped against him. You know, some were settled out of court. Most of them were dropped altogether because the story just kind of went away about, you know, it was big, 2-3 years ago, and then it just vanished. So he's done in wrestling. I'm pretty sure he's done in wrestling. I don't know if he will ever be able to come back.
But what's his name does his gimmick? What's the guy that does his gimmick? Starts with an E. God, I can't think. Go ahead.
Anyway, so Joey Ryan update at number 9. So he's gainfully employed at Terror Tram Exterminators in Hollywood. So good for Joey.
I would love to see someone there try to do a YouTube or a Reels or something. That might be something that we do. Me and Lance will go on vacation.
We should
but I'll have to go outside, won't I?
You'll have to put on a different moonwalk
What about
the
pants?
Saturday night moo-moo? No,
Well,
the moo-moo is fine.
Oh,
that works.
I don't. I do like the
So-
moo-moo. All right,
right.
number 8, man.
Number 8, we have combat sports idiots. We couldn't go MMA corner this time because it's not officially MMA. So combat sports idiots. So we have model Nina Agdal, who is the fiance of Logan Paul, files suit and applies for a restraining order against Dylan Dennis, who is fighting Logan Paul on Saturday, on October 14th, on this Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
model Nina Agdal says that Dennis has posted despicable things about her 250 times since the fight was announced, and that she is suffering from, quote, humiliation, emotional distress, and reputational harm. So he posted, Dylan Dennis, who is fighting Logan Paul, posted 10-year-old sexually explicit images of Nina from a romantic encounter. So Misfits Boxing is promoting the show. They ordered Dennis to take it all down. He did. One clip that he posted had Nina saying, and this is a direct quote, "I am struggling. I need penis inside of me ASAP." And all I could think of was you say that most Saturday nights.
It's Saturday night after 7. Yeah.
I need penis inside of me ASAP. So she says her Instagram had been hacked, and that's where he got all this shit from that he posted. But he took it down. So,
hey,
and then,
I'll shout out to Derek King there. It is the weekend on Saturday, so there you go.
Weekend. You can do whatever you want. All bets are off. So, and then our second combat sport idiot at UFC 293, we had Manel Cape and Charlie Radke, 2 fighters, both separately using the homophobic F-word slur that we are not able to. I don't think we can say it.
We can say it. It's one of those things where part of this is, and I'm not making excuses for these idiots. They know they're not supposed to say something like that, but I bet they say it 100 times.
Oh, in training,
when they're around all the board guys. Yes,
exactly. So it is not the F word that you normally think of. It's the homophobic F word that they used on live TV. Both these guys did it on live TV. So Cape was supposed to fight a guy by the name of Kai Kara France, who pulled out of his fight because he was injured. He was concussed. So on TV, as he's coming to the ring to the cage to fight somebody else, he calls him an F as he's coming to the ring. And then Radke, after his fight, he was being interviewed by Cormier, also says the F word on live TV. Daniel Cormier is interviewing him, and he just pulls and walks away. So I thought that was funny. So they both later apologized. UFC and Dana, they're called on to punish these guys. Dana refuses to punish them. I figured Dana was probably busy slapping his wife or getting slapped by his wife or whatever they do in their spare time. So it's funny that UFC has a code of conduct for language, and yet this was not flagged. Like, what exactly is flagged? If that, what is banned? Like the N word, I suppose, is probably banned. What other words are banned if that one's not banned?
It's hilarious. The stuff and we've talked since we started this. You said let's include the MMA guys because, Wrestling Observer, does MMA also and uses UFC, and that's kind of like let's do that. And I was like, no, this is wrestling, but I went with it, and I'm so glad I did because it gives us some great stories. A couple of idiots and I just hate the stalking thing. The nude photos, here's the deal with nude photos, and we've said this before. Don't take nude photos and don't send them to people if you don't want them shared. I'm sorry, but your guys share them with everybody that they want, and then also put them on the internet. So there we go.
Nina, the internet is forever. That's what I gotta tell you.
And she just needs some penis inside her.
You know what? I don't know if you've looked her up. She is.
I did.
She's a butterface. To me, she's a butterface.
She's not attracted to me neither.
No, her face. There's something weird about her face. Great body, obviously. She's a model. And Logan Paul, good-looking guy. I'm just saying. I think the dude could do better. But anyway, my thoughts. All right, number 7. We got Big Show in big trouble, perhaps. So we got DEA agents who are investigating the Biogenesis Clinic and the steroid clinic that's been linked to Ryan Braun, linked to Alex Rodriguez. They also discover ties to Paul White, of all people, the Big Show. Or what is he called now? He's just called Paul White, I guess.
Yeah, just Paul.
No more BS. That's pretty
We
clever,
call him PW, the insider.
Yeah. So I'm like, wait, links to Paul White? Steroids? Huh? What? I don't get it. But anyway, Tony Bosch of Biogenesis says that his partner Ugi Velasquez was giving White PEDs. So Paul White says that the bio creeps were at his house once for a Thanksgiving. He acknowledges that they were there for Thanksgiving, but his attorney says that Big Show was clean. He did not use PEDs because PEDs would be a serious health risk for him with his size disorder that he lives with. But I'm thinking this is obvious. Paul White was the middleman. Like you always hear the stories about, Vince received him and gave him to Hulk and Hulk got it, whatever, all the different permutations of that. So I'm like, yeah, I don't think Paul White ever used PEDs, but I could easily see Paul White handing them off to somebody else, allegedly. So Paul White, Big Show in big trouble at number 7.
I disagree with you. There's a time during his career where he slimmed down and got some muscles in places that didn't take very long to get them. Steroids, there's different versions of steroids. They help you cut, they help you do mass. It's not always, testosterone, it's other stuff. Apparently the big thing now is HGH, which is very hard to test. The NFL guys use HGH a lot.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, and I know this is going to surprise you, but baseball has still got some steroids in it. I know it's surprising. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess you up, but allegedly.
Yeah.
All right, number 6. You're going to tell the story, and then I have a video for you.
Number 6 is Will Ospreay's unfortunate tattoo. So after All In, allegedly, there's that word again, allegedly sets the all-time attendance record at Wembley of 81,035 fans. Ospreay gets that number tattooed on his arm to commemorate the fact that he was on this historic show. So now, of course, all the IWC weirdos are, challenging the number. All the WWE stands are challenging the number. The building says it was 72,265 altogether. I told you 17 different numbers here.
I told you it was wrong. I told you on our review show that I seen empty seats in section ZZ. So that. Yeah.
That's right. So my official take on this is A, who knows, and B, who cares. So, but now the bottom line is Will is stuck with this error on his tattoo, and he puts out a quick YouTube video saying his mom hates tattoos, So all I can say to conclude this is, well, at least he didn't get it on his neck. So as much of a Cody fan as I am, he didn't get it on his neck.
As much as a Cody. So listen, this is my song to Will Ospreay. Here we go.
All right. My drums.
Come on, guy.
Today.
Butterflies sitting on a dolphin's fin, unicorns jumping over rainbows. That little blue guy, I don't know his name. Treble clef, poppy, yin and yang.
Tasmanian devil, looking all bossy. You can tell he's the boss because his arms are crossed and he's got a backwards names vocab.
These are just a few of your dumb tattoos. These are just a few of your very, very dumb tattoos.
There we go. Dumb tattoos. Oh, my God.
If one extra person happened to walk in the arena, that number has become, completely preposterous to get that tattoo.
I agree 100%. All right, it's time for the commercial break. And y'all know at commercial break, we actually go off of Facebook. And even YouTube doesn't have the very complete show, so you have to go listen to it on the main feed. And Lance, that's a G-rated version. That on the main feed. You got to get the R-rated version. Get our Patreon. I got some fun stuff for Patreon, the extras, and you got some typos. So, guys, we're going to take a break, and if you want to listen to the rest of it, well, you got to subscribe, or you got to get the main feed. Still not all of the show. All right, commercial time. All right, quick. We got shout outs. First, I have to shout out. They've only been doing this podcast for 13 years, but I want to shout out a podcast, TESD, easy for me to say. If y'all like old guys talking about stuff, it's pretty fun. It's got two guys from Comic Book I wanted to say Comic Book Marks. Two guys from Comic Book Men and one guy from Impractical Jokers. It's a fun show. And to everybody, and Lance, sometimes we have an episode, everybody's reaching out to us. I know you've been really busy. You probably haven't listened to it yet. But I have had so many compliments. Steve Crawford, Jamie Ward reaching out to me. Shout out to them about the Bruno episode. And it just one of those things where me and Bruno have known each other and we just sat down and kind of shot the shit. But there was stories on there that he's never told before, or questions I asked that no one else would ask except for me. So check that one out. And now it's time for halftime.
Halftime.
All right, halftime. Okay, I stole this game from TESD. I did. I stole this game. It's called Lance's Choice. Lance's Choice, okay?
All right. Yep.
All right, so you got kind of like Sophie's Choice.
Is this like Charlie's Angels?
No, you don't have to. Sophie's Choice and Charlie's Angels. Where did you get that at?
No, and it's my choice. It's like
no. Here we go. So you have to. Sophie's Choice. There's something bad gonna happen. You got to really think of that. So we're gonna start with the first one. Mm-hmm. Your apartment building is burning down, Lance. It's burning down. You have the choice. Mm-hmm. To either save all of your Wrestling Observer issues, include the books, or your albums. Which one are you going to do?
Oh, it's the albums. That's an easy choice. It's the albums. Easy choice because the Observers I could always get online if I wanted to download them again or whatever. So, yeah.
All right. Going to save his albums and burn it. Okay.
Sure. It would take a couple hours to get all the albums out of here, but
if your dog and the Young Bucks were out swimming and Young Bucks and your dog started drowning, which one would you save?
Oh boy, that Matt Jackson is cute.
Yeah, I figured it out.
No. It's the dog. Come on.
You would let two humans die?
Of course.
You would let them die.
That's part of my family. That's my dog. Of course.
Lance's choice. Lance's choice. All right, this is the last one. Right. We're gonna see what you say.
I thought these were gonna be sports, so I'm going back to the
well, this one is sports. This one is sports.
All
right. So for 10 years, which one of these? The Dodgers could be champions or playoffs or everything for 10 years, or you could have the most successful wrestling podcast / music podcast for 10 years. Which one are you going to do?
Wow. Now that one is actually a choice. Man, that's tough. I think I'm going to have to go with the podcast.
Oh, well, you surprised me there.
Surprised you on that. Yeah, I think I'd have to go with the podcast because, for one, that would bring you along, so it'd be a tandem thing. I think I would go with the podcast because it would be we'd be able to stomp on the Brian Lasts and the idiots of the world that do podcasts and the people that have 2 followers and people like that. So, yeah, for sure it'd be that because that'd be a hell of a
All right. Y'all, that was halftime. That was Lance's choice. That was fun, man. Halftime. All right, back from commercial, back from halftime. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it, Lance.
You know what number 5 is? It's smut time, and it's not pornographic. It's not pornographic. It's for the kiddos. It's social media uproar time where we document all the battles on social media in the world of wrestling. So this time we have Sheeta plugging our show. So thank you, Sheeta. We have the IWC versus Kelsey, and we have Jericho can't stop himself. So on September 29th, Hikaru Shida, as Dasha likes to call her, Shida posts a picture of herself with the belt saying the title will be back where it belongs, on her. And Nyla Rose, who actually has a pretty good sense of humor, Nyla Rose replies and does a Photoshop of her head on Shida's body and comments back to her.
I love the way you said that. Did you say that because she's trans? You don't think trans people are funny? Y'all heard that. He doesn't think trans people are funny. There we go.
Stop yourself. One a day vitamins has a men's and women's vitamin. I think that's outrageous. But anyway, so Nyla Rose she superimposes her head on Shida's body and says, you meant her winning, like she's supposed to be winning the belt. And Shida responds on X, not on Twitter, on X. Shida responds, WTF, never do this again. So I just have to say thank you to Shida, one of my favorite wrestlers today, for plugging the show. So Shida,
there you go. Thank you,
yeah.
Shida.
So thanks for the plug. And I also agree with her. Never do that again, Nyla.
That's right. You suck in the ring, but we do appreciate that.
She does not suck in the ring. Anyway,
so
and then we have Kelsey, a redheaded AEW fan that is allegedly often seen at the Chicago shows. I've been to all the Chicago shows. I don't know who this girl is, but I have no idea.
Front row.
Yeah, I guess. So anyway, Kelsey is seen giving Hangman Page the finger at All Out. She immediately starts receiving death threats online. I'm like, people, do you not have better things to do? That some people said she allegedly also yelled pussy at TK, but when he was explaining why Punk wasn't going to be there. So then it comes out that Kelsey now has an OnlyFans too. So this could be her 15 minutes of fame promoting her OnlyFans. So
she got off of X too because she's having death threats. We're going to have something on the Patreon version, something else to happen with that. And not with her, but with somebody else. Guys, y'all really got to get a life and leave these people alone. She was, she's kind of terrified with everything. And I don't blame her.
Brady King, of all people, steps up and defends her, saying that she can come to the shows and he will protect her. So anyway, and then finally, our guy Jericho gets pissed off at NoDQ.com for reporting that AEW is crumbling and that Punk has left. Punk is going to go after them and sue them. So, of course, Jericho's standard response is go fuck yourself. Now, he did not say go fuck your ass this time.
Man, come on.
That is his catchphrase, but this time it was just simply a simple go fuck yourself. So he went a little bit lighter this time. So, and also he went after the fact that they have shoddy spelling on NoDQ.com. So I'm all in. I'm with Jericho on this because, bad spelling is my bugaboo. So I'm with Jericho on this one.
Don't
fuck your ass.
Don't
No
ever
DQ.
use that word again. I believe you said Brady King. So I want to know, is Brady King Brody King's twin?
Oh, Brody King. Put that on the bloopers next month. Or July. That'll be July.
Brady King.
Brady
All right, number 4. This is so silly. The number 4 is
The Adventures of Becky Lynch and the Folded Passport. So NBEX T, as we like to call her, she was supposed to NBEX T. She was supposed to go on the WWE Superstar Spectacle show on September 8th in Hyderabad, India. But sadly, she wasn't allowed to board the plane because there was a tiny tear or fold on her passport, on one page of her passport. So Meltzer reported that it was a fold. Everywhere else that I researched said it was a tear. So we're committed. We're going to research this. We're going to find out, was it a fold or was it a tear? We're not sure. But
no, Meltzer said whatever Meltzer said is correct.
So it was a fold, not a tear. So we're gonna continue to investigate this raging controversy. So I think she probably bailed because didn't William Regal almost die when they went to India back in the day? He drank water or something and he almost died from something in India.
I don't remember that, but yeah, you're not supposed to drink water over there unless you got bottled water. So it's like Mexico, ain't it?
The folded passport.
Folded passport. Hey,
you cannot get on this plane.
So there's some kind of, one way you could look at this that, they're being a little, too crazy with that. But also get it fixed. Get a regular passport, Becky. God, I could see in my mind it said it was just barely, folded. But in my mind, she folded it up into just a little bitty piece, like 4 big folds, and she's got a little bitty piece. So that's probably what she did. So
I heard she does have a little bitty piece, but that's
good
neither,
go.
That's neither here nor there. But no, you say folded, but I'm thinking like she's walking on the plane with like her passport is like a paper airplane, like folded up like fucking origami or something. Like,
all right, say that again. Say that again, so I can
origami.
Do it. No,
origami.
The other thing about her
folded
piece.
Up like Bugaboo? You want Bugaboo?
I said
again?
no. I said that she's folded up in a little piece, and you said
that's what I've heard about. That's what she said.
Oh God, you did great.
I mean, you should have had to figure out.
I should have. I didn't know you were going to say that. It ain't like we do any rehearsing. So there we go.
Not for the kudos. All right, number 3 is one of those stories. Yeah, there we go. Number 3, one of those stories that. Yeah, there you. Fast Lane. If you watched Fast Lane, you'll get that.
Oh, drove me crazy.
Fast Lane, very good show, by the way. Fast Lane.
Yeah, it was, but it drove me crazy.
So yeah. So all right, number 3, we have the Kayla Braxton saga. So before we even get into the Kayla Braxton saga, I need to tell you, BT, that her shoot name is Kayla Becker.
I appreciate that. I really. I have to know that. I have to know that.
This is one that is, as we always say, they're not always funny. They're always weird, but they're not always funny. So Kayla, who I find to be ridiculously attractive and also very, very good at what she does. I think she's very good at what she does. But somehow the IWC loves Remarkable Renee and they shit on Kayla Braxton. I don't know why. It's for who they work for, apparently. So Kayla reveals a very dark past on X, on Twitter, on 9/28, on September 28th. Some jagoff that goes by @Chris Benoit. You already know this guy's going to be a dick when his Twitter handle is Chris Benoit. He tweets at Kayla rape baby. So she unloads on the guy. She says that it was a stupid joke. It crossed the line. She's not going to let it bother her, but she goes on to reveal where it came from. So she reveals that her father was a rapist. Her mother was also a criminal. And the fact of the two of them having sex resulted in her birth. So she was later adopted. She was put up for adoption. And I'd say what an amazing career she's carved out for herself with that kind of start in life. Your father is a rapist. Your mother is also a criminal. And that's, you're already in the hole when you're born at that point. So I just thought bizarre story and proud of her for where she's come from that beginning to where she's at in her career.
I mean, when you sent me that, I just was in shock. And like you said, I say big thumbs up to her, doing what she does. And I love her. I think Paul likes her a lot too, Paul.
I have a hunch. Yeah, I have a hunch.
Yeah, I think he does. I mean, allegedly. Bit of a crush. Allegedly.
I'll say big ass crush on my part, but a little crush on Paul's part too, pretty sure. So I'll be happy to admit it. So, all right, number 2, we have Matt Riddle, good riddance. So on September 10th, the unoriginal bro claims that he was sexually assaulted by airport officers.
Bro. Did you come up? Did you take you a whole night to come up with that?
I did. I put that the unprefix in front of original. That's how I did it. I came up with that. Richard helped me with that. Anyway, so unoriginal bro claims he was sexually assaulted. Yeah, boo Richard. I think his birthday was the other day too. So anyway, he claims he was sexually assaulted by airport officers, and no, sexual assault is not funny, but this guy claiming it by airport officers at JFK, that's kind of weird. So the cops say they got a call that a passenger was acting disorderly getting off the plane. They met him at the terminal. They spoke. No report was filed. The police didn't file any charges or anything. But later, Riddle makes the claim on Instagram, no means no, and just because I'm nice doesn't mean yes, asshole. I took pictures. Today was really weird and uncomfortable, and they made a point to make me feel small and useless. So he's going to say that, but here's some of the footage from what he was doing. So he's got the microphone. Idiot's got the microphone. Yep. He thinks it's really funny, but no one else thinks it's funny. You don't like doing shit like this in an airport. Right.
It's just not what you do. You'll you can continue to talk, but they will have. There's a little bit more of the clip here where he's doing something else, and Dave reported there was no sex. It was just bullshit what he came up with. Yeah.
So
and you wonder why he's not working for the WWE. So
it was a 19-hour flight. He was coming back from India. Somehow his fucking passport was okay. So he had no tears. You figured he'd have rolled it up and smoked the fucking passport. But he had a 19-hour flight coming back from India. He was pulled from Raw when they got back due to, quote, ear infections. So, and then after the Endeavor takeover, the bloodletting, Riddle was fired on September 21st, having burned all of his chances. Yeah, it was a bloodletting. So, and anyway, so on September 21st, he was fired. He burned all of his chances. And then on September 30th was when TMZ released the video that you showed. And then I say bad luck on your future endeavors. You know, he's just an idiot, yelling like a fool in the airport, like you said, grabbing the microphone. I believe that was Apollo Crews that grabbed the microphone back from him. I'm not sure, working for the airport.
I'm not sure, but that's one of those things that just, huge Matt Riddle fan, him and Damian Priest. I got to see them when they first got started. Joe Feeney gave me some tapes. Shout out to Joe. And was able to look at and knowing those two guys were going to be stars. I remember reaching out to Danny Cage and saying, look, these two guys, they really got a future. And Matt was the one that everybody talked about was going to be WrestleMania main event against Brock Lesnar. Everyone booked that. And here's the difference. And I'm Matt Riddle fan. I'm still a Matt Riddle fan. I'll watch him if he does anything. There's all kinds of rumors that he's going to do some more, not Ultimate Fighting, because Dana White won't even deal with him, which is crazy. But Riddle is just one of those guys that I like, but he did this all to himself.
Yeah.
None of the other stuff we know was true. The WWE actually kept him, so it kind of made me think there was something going on there. But Damian Priest, here's the difference. Look at Damian Priest's career. Look at Matt Riddle's career. They came from the same place. They had this. They were drilled into them by Danny Cage, the same values. The shut up, do what you're told kind of thing. In professional wrestling, you'll be a star. And we see who the star is. It's Damian Priest and Matt Riddle sitting at home. So
he can't get out of his own way. That guy just can't get out of his own way, you know? And so I said, bad luck on your future endeavors. See what I did there? Endeavor. Get it?
Man, you're just not on.
I'm full of them. I want to tell the soup joke. I'm going to tell the soup joke since you
go.
If the grocery store is out of broth.
Well, guess what, motherfucker? We all
soup.
Oh, I had some technical difficulties. Listen, hold on. I'm popping some stuff in for you.
If they're out of stock, they're out of stock. Anyway, all right. All right, number one. Can we get to number one?
Let's do number one.
I got to say, this is the reason we do this show. Number one on this month is the reason we do this show. It is puppy porn. That is number one.
You sent me that text, and you said the number one is the reason we do this show, and then you sent me a link. I didn't even know about this. Just went through under the radar. I almost said through the radar. It went through the radar.
That was on MASH.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I started listening to everything. I'll put this. I'm not going to air any of this video, but I will do the link in the description of WTF, and you'll be able to actually listen to this and see the discovery. But go ahead.
This is also why we include MMA on this too, because this is an MMA story. So on September 9th, Sean Strickland beats Israel Adesanya to win the middleweight title by unanimous decision in UFC. So, okay, no big deal, whatever. So, but in the build-up to the hype of the fight, Strickland, who is a total loose cannon, I didn't know much about this guy, but this guy's the wild, cut from the chael, stone and cloth, No, not Swerve. It's a different guy. Yeah. This guy's a white trash kind of guy. But anyway, Strickland.
You'll get us knocked off for that too. White trash. Exactly. Judge Binnell.
So anyway, Strickland, who is a loose cannon, goes after Adesanya in the buildup for the fight for his puppy porn. So, you know, we got to look into this. So in the buildup to the fight, he's talking about the puppy porn. So video surfaced alleging that Israel Adesanya was masturbating his dog. And so Adesanya ignores all these accusations. And then he finally says, yes, he flicked his dog, his late dog. The dog has passed away. He admits that he flicked the dog's, quote, soft willy because he thought it was funny. So I'm like, okay, this is really getting fucking weird now. So then this YouTube guy shows up and he puts out a tape. I think that's the one you're talking about.
Right,
the MMA guru is what this guy goes by. So he puts out this crazy video documenting all of this bizarre stuff about Adesanya and the dogs. So he's got a clip of him feeding his dog with his mouth, basically mouth to mouth with the dog. He's got Adesanya wearing a dog collar. So it all kind of starts adding up. Adesanya follows these dog fetish websites. And he says in an interview, Adesanya says in an interview, and they showed this clip, that he does have sex before fights. Some people don't like to have sex before fights. It's a distraction. It saps their strength or whatever. So Adesanya admits that he has sex before fights. And then the quote is, shout out to the puppy.
Ugh.
So this whole thing is just so bizarre. And then Strickland is a loon too. So on top of everything else, all the accusations that Strickland threw at him, he breaks the belt. He won the belt. He breaks it and he puts it back together with duct tape. So both of these guys, but puppy porn, the weirdest fucking thing I've heard all year.
There's some with he's feeding one of the dogs out of his mouth. He's out of his kissing him and dropping it. Guys, it's just idiot. You're an idiot, and it's just sick. People like that need to be in jail, man. I have no I just flicking and should have put him in jail for just saying that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was WTF. Join us for the honorables. We got some Meltzer typos, and I have one little thing we want to talk about. Join us. Same bad time, same bad channel on the best little wrestling podcast in the business. Be there. And as everyone knows, I love my mama.
And as everyone knows, I have fun everywhere I go, and I'm about to go to Patreon, so flip over.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and start talking. Do your typos, and then I'm going to show one thing.
So we've got the Dave Meltzer typos, the Wrestling Observer typos. We always start this by saying we love Dave, and we're good friends with Dave. But, there's some humorous typos that come up. Not 2, 2, and 2, not misspelling the word 2, not the easy ones like that, not the softballs. We look for the good ones. So on the September 11th issue at an OTT show in Dublin, the Swords of Essex, Will Ospreay and Paul Robinson, reunited to eat Omari and Scotty Davis. They eat them. So I don't know.
Was it a Saturday night?
What commission allows cannibalism? I don't know. Things go over there in Dublin. Anything goes over there. They eat their opponents. I don't know. At the Collision show on September 2nd, it is Powerhouse Hobbs pinned GBA with a spine buster in 8 seconds. So it's bad enough to lose in 8 seconds, to get squashed in 8 seconds, but then to be misnamed, it's GPA, and Dave put GBA. That would have been like his shot at fame, Getting his name in the Observer would be his shot at fame. So I blame Eric Kroll, because Eric Kroll was at that show.
I blame Eric Kroll for that girl, too. That's who sent her death threats about Hangman Page.
Bad journalism. Yeah. GBA.
I'm Crone. Eric Crone.
Eric Crone. That's right. So on the same show, no less, Dave also has Willie Mack.
Hold on.
Oh,
where's it at? Here we go.
Welcome to the show tonight. He has the biggest brain in Illinois. He's quadruple vaxxed. He trademarked Codyverse, and he can't decide if Hangman or Ibushi is his Valentine. He is Eric.
I pop every time.
Eric Crone is our friend.
So, all right, same show, another typo. Willie Mack and Carly Bravo and Sean Dean beat August Matthews and Davey Bang and John Steed. And then Dave goes on to say, Bang and Matthews are the Bang Boys, and they're well-known locally and got a big reaction. So, no, We reported this a month or two ago. They were the Bang Bros, not the Bang Boys. You know, it was the Bang Bros, like the porn company, until they got the cease and desist. So more fake news from Eric Crone at this show because this was in
We
Chicago.
bring it up, blame it on him instead of Meltzer.
He sent Bang Boys to Dave. Dave printed it thinking it was accurate, and it was the Bang Bros. That was the name they were known as. So
I told you that I used
journalism.
I was sent in Memphis. We actually had it on Patreon where I was sent. You saw what I sent to him for the Memphis report, and you saw what he wrote. It was like, what the hell? That's not even what I sent. But we do know, since Crone works for the Torch, then
Sabotage.
Oh, that's a great song.
All right, we got a couple more. So on the September 18th issue, Dave was talking about the Tiffany Stratton Becky Lynch title match on NXT, and Dave said Stratton did a running hip attack, sending Lynch off the apron, and a nice 2-rope wonton. So I read that and I'm like, damn, why am I hungry for Chinese food now? 2-rope wonton. So anyway, then our last one, September 25th issue, on the previously reported Joey Ryan story, no less. Dave said, the story said Tim Ballard, a former Universal Studios actor who is training as an actor, took a photo of Joey and indicated he was working at the Terror Tram Exterminators. So I got to ask, how bad of an actor do you have to be a former actor training as an actor?
Training to be, you know, I guess
bad.
it's being a wrestler and going to the performance center and training. Yeah. Here's is that it? Is that the typo?
That's all of our typos.
That's good. All right, we blamed Eric for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. I want to share something with you. This was the only thing that I got. Let me take that off. If you're watching, you can see. Look at this site, Wednesday Night Botches. This tells you I want to comment on something really quick. Lance was stalked this month in September. We're not going to put the guy over, but it happens. I guess that's one of those things where the more listeners we have, the crazier people are. But here we go. They received an email with their family photo, residential address, kids' social address, kids' school address, with stop criticizing AEW. Will I quit? They actually give up AEW Botches because someone took the time to stalk them and find out all this information on them. And I would have scared the shit out of me if they would have done it. Mine would be a little bit easier to find because I actually tell you almost my complete address anyway. But these people did not. They had to go and do some stuff to actually to see all that. That had to scare them.
That's ridiculous. Like, again, we said, get a life. The people that were after that girl in the front row for giving Hangman Page the finger, like, you guys got to get a hobby or something. Wrestling itself should be the hobby. Why? Don't.
And since you are a spelling Nazi, we talked about something, but what is the deal with criticizing? With the S? I
believe that's the British spelling.
Okay, all right, that's possible. Yeah. I see that a couple times, and I was just like, "Is that that?"
I think it is acceptable. It's one of those words that it could go either way.
Yeah. You're like me on the weekend,
like Nyla Rose.
Oh,
again with the Nyla bashing.
Here we go. I know it. He doesn't like trans, y'all. He doesn't like.
Never said that.
Here we go.
Can I tell my soup joke since we're on Patreon?
No, it's horrible. It was the worst joke. And you was not on tonight with those. What was that, Papaloo or something you said? I don't even know what that was.
Bugaboo.
Where the fuck did you find that word out? Was that on your word of the month?
I just have the big vocabulary.
You never say that word.
The big package.
Somebody must have said that word on a show you watched or something. You know that word pisses me off as much as tippy top. When Dave talks, he started typing tippy top, and almost every observer for 6 weeks said tippy top.
I'm looking up Bugaboo right now. Oh, it's
Bugaboo ain't a word.
It's actually a brand. Word. It's a brand of strollers. That's the funny thing. When you first do a search on Bugaboo, it's a brand of strollers.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Lanston horse.
Oh, here's Merriam-Webster. Bugaboo meaning an imaginary object of fear. It's a word, dude. It says noun, bugaboo, synonyms.
All right, just don't you ever use it again.